It's here. I am insanely excited right now. So if you have no idea what's going on, I mean you would do because you'd have read the title and seen the thumbnail. This is Midnight Sun. Okay. I'm really overreacting, but I can't get in now. I'm too excited. It won't come out. It's ruining all my excitement. Oh, we've got some movement. But this is packed in so good. Oh my god, I am so excited. I genuinely don't know why I'm quite this excited, but oh my god, how long have I been waiting? Years. Okay, right. This is going to destroy my next couple of days and I am really happy about it. So I'm going to now carry on with my day's work because I'm not done with work and I need to wait until I finish to read this. So it is 8 p.m. on release day, on the 4th, is it? And I've only read a chapter of Midnight Sun, so really nothing. I've never done a vlog where I just read one book, so I'm not really sure how to talk about it. I think this is definitely going to have spoilers in it, so if you don't want spoilers, I'm telling you now to not watch it, rather than repeat myself every time I give a spoiler. So all that's happened so far is the scene with Edward like overreacting to her smell in the biology lesson, and I sort of forgot that would happen so early because we haven't got like Bella's journey to Forks and moving back in with her dad. So yeah, we really don't have any of that. It's just straight into him smelling her blood. What I did really like is he isn't physically attracted to her straight away, in terms of like her looks. Like he thinks she just looks pretty average, and I kind of like that. I kind of appreciate it. But yeah, I am like 30 pages into a 760 page book, so yeah. Will I update you every chapter? Is every chapter reasonable? I think there's like 20 chapters though, so this could be a long vlog. Okay, there's 29 chapters and an epilogue. So let's say at least every other chapter I give you my thoughts. Because yeah, I don't know how these vlogs go, so any feedback would be appreciated. Hello, so it's 10 p.m. I'm just going to keep saying on release day, and I just got to page 132. So if I show you it that way, I'm really not far into this book. Like 132 pages to a book normally looks a bit more than that. There's no need to hold it, the cover's not on. I absolutely love this. I've seen a few people say they were really bored, and I was really trying to not just like it so much because it's Twilight, but there is so much stuff we learn that we don't know from Twilight. Like, my favourite thing so far has been when Edward saves Bella from being crushed by Tyler's van, and then there's like a Cullen family conference on the best way to deal with her and whether they should just kill her. Like, that is some background information I appreciate. And overall, like Alice's visions already of Bella either being killed by Edward or being made a vampire, like that was so weirdly nice to hear. And it's kind of crazy how early on those visions happen for her and how she just knows what's going to happen. Like, it's so, I mean, everyone knows what's going to happen because it's a YA, but ignoring that, it's so nice to hear Alice's parts. I love it because by getting Edward, we're getting all of the Cullens, we're getting all of the friends at school because he can hear everyone's thoughts. So we can hear everything that Jessica's thinking about her, everything that Mike's thinking about her. We learn more stuff about Esme, who I really wish there would have been more about in the series. So I absolutely love it. And I am going to try to get to at least page 300 tomorrow. I think that's my aim. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed. So it is nearly 8 o'clock on the 6th of August, and I did not read any of Midnight Sun last night. I don't know how, I just sort of felt okay going to bed without carrying on with it. So I'm still on page 132. It's relatively warm still, so I'm going to put a hoodie on and go sit in the garden and do some reading, because that at least gets rid of some distractions. I wanted to get to page 300 yesterday, so maybe I can do that today. So I'm now on page 281. So I've made a little bit more progress. I did want to update you a bit more frequently, but to be honest, I don't have that much to say apart from I love it. We've had one weird comment about a pomegranate, which I'm hoping is not the reason for the cover. And it's like every question was a pomegranate seed or something. I'm really hoping there's another pomegranate reference that makes that cover make sense, because I like the cover. Very controversial opinion, but I want it to have some sort of meaning. What did I like about this? Oh, I loved the guys who follow Bella, and Edward is listening and trying to find out where she is. And then obviously in Twilight we don't actually hear that much about the men, apart from the fact that there are a group of them and she's scared. So in this one we find out that the main guy is a serial rapist and murderer, and then Edward and Carlisle track him down and like knock him unconscious near a police station in another state, so that he gets like handed into police and held accountable for his crimes. Absolutely love that. I'm also loving Angela. Like Angela is like she's such a nice character. And then my heart was warmed a little bit when Edward said he was trying to find something that she wanted that he could give her to like thank her for being so nice. And she is so nice. She deserves the thanks. But yeah, that was a really sweet part that I didn't quite expect. I'm a little bit tired, but not insanely. So I'm definitely going to carry on reading. Maybe if I just read a couple more chapters. If I read one more chapter, I hit page 300. So I at least want to do that. But yeah, I'm really, really loving this. So I haven't actually read that much. I've read chapter 15 now. I'm pretty much halfway through. Chapter 15 was perfect. It's all about Alice telling Edward, or showing Edward, that his two options are pretty much killing Bella or killing Bella and making her a vampire. And then it goes back into a flashback with Carlisle, Siobhan and Maggie, like the Irish ones. And it shows Edward's decision of going off, and when he makes the decision to go and like hunt killers and drink their blood rather than be vegetarian. And that was the backstory I wanted and needed, and I was very grateful for it. I actually think I'm slightly over halfway. I'm on page 376, so I'm doing good. I'm gonna go get some of the birthday cake ice cream that I found earlier and read some more. Okay, so really non-essential update. It's very early on Saturday, the 8th of August. I'm on page 408, and it says, what are the words? Hades and his pomegranate. How many toxic seeds had I already infected her with? So I googled it, and apparently there's like some mythology with Hades and a pomegranate representing life, regeneration and marriage. So maybe that's what the cover means. I don't know why I'm picking the book up. There's no dust jacket on it. But yeah, I'm just going to read a little bit more before I get ready for the day, but I'm pretty much asleep right now. Okay, so I'm a little bit more awake, and I'm now up to page 437, I think it is, and I've just read like the full meadow scene and their first kiss and the running through the forest. And I will just say this book is so much better than Twilight. Like, Bella had issues, well, she has issues, she still exists, but reading from Edward's perspective, it's just so much more fun, and we get rid of all the little whiny things about Bella that I hate, because Edward sees Bella with such like love that we don't hear about the stupid things about her, and we get to hear him instead. So I really, really love this. Like, I'm just emotional. I'm far too emotional. So I still have a very long way to go. I'm going to get dressed. I'm taking my friend out for breakfast. so I don't really have any more time to read, and we're having a party tonight, so I definitely don't have time to read then, so this might be it for the weekend. Oh, so my voice is pretty much gone. It is Sunday the 9th of August. I'm on page, I believe it's 478. I've just read chapter 18, and it is the first night that Edward stays with Bella, and she knows that he's there, and he's like owned up to being there for however many nights, and like listening and watching her sleep, which is fine, I guess, in a creepy way. But yes, this is the first night she knows he's there, and a bit that I really love that we obviously didn't have in Twilight was Edward saying that while Bella is sleeping, she keeps saying, "Edward, I love you." Like, that's so cute. But yeah, I'm gonna read another chapter maybe. I've got to do some like house things. I'm gonna do those now. And it's still just really, really hot. It's like 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to have done my Couch to 5K run today. And I'm too hot to do anything. So I think I'm just gonna enjoy Edward and Bella in the garden. Oh, so it's now 20 to 8 on the 9th, and I've read quite a bit more. I'm on page 574. We've just had the baseball game, and Laurent, James and Victoria are just arriving in the clearing, but that is all I have left. So I've got a feeling that because Edward wasn't really around for the stuff with James and Bella, that we're going to have a bit on him like trying to lure James away, and then just a lot of him like worrying. So I feel like that's going to be good, because that's probably my least favourite part of Twilight. But I am so proud with the progress I've made. This book is absolutely massive. I've got some stuff to go and do now. And then I'll come back to it. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else in the last couple chapters. The baseball game was described a lot more than in Twilight, with the different like plays, I guess, which I don't really care about, but I guess Edward might a bit more. I liked Billy Black turning up at Bella's to warn Charlie about Edward, and then Edward's reading Billy's thoughts. Did really like that. And then a bit of backstory about Carlisle and Billy, so really, really liked that. But yeah, things to do, and then I am going to try to finish this tonight. Right, I just hit page 600, so I'm getting so close, and all that's just happened is the hunt has started, and they've made the plan for Edward to not go with Bella. Bella's going to go with Alice and Jasper to Phoenix to hide from James. Well, not hide, to evade James. And anyway, yeah, so that was actually so interesting to read from Edward's perspective. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This book is, well, there's no cover, we'll do this. This book is so great because having Edward's perspective means we get everybody's perspective apart from Bella, because he's reading their thoughts the whole time, and it just makes it so much more interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. Hopefully I can stay awake and finish this. Right, I'm gonna have to call it a night. It is 20 to 11 and I'm on page 640. So really not a lot left. I have like 100 pages, 130 pages maximum maybe. No, 120 pages. Ooh. So I will 100% read this tomorrow. I just don't quite have the energy to finish it tonight. So yeah, still absolutely loving it. I'm gonna have to ignore the noise of the traffic. It's so warm. But it is Monday the 10th of August and I just hit page, I believe it's 656. We just read the chapter where Bella has escaped Alice and Jasper and is going to meet James at the ballet studio. Ballet studio. Okay, my voice is doing things. Anyway, so that has just happened, which is probably the least believable part of Twilight anyway, that's fine. But in Edward's narration, we now get the whole trip from them coming off the plane to getting to the ballet studio. Which was fine. I did pick up an issue though, and I don't know, surely it's not surely it's an every airline thing. He said that when they're landing, their shade was down, so it was darker, so they didn't start sparkling. You can't have the shade down when you land. All shades are up when you land. Everyone knows this. I'm sure they do. I'm sure I'm not making this up, because even the last time I was on a plane, I fell asleep and I was sat next to the window and the air hostess had to wake me up to open the window. Like, it happens. Window shades are open. And then they're in a giant, like, police chase with stolen cars and stuff. Which, yeah, is fine. But it was so not Twilight. Like, I sort of lost it a little bit and just wanted to get to the end and see what happens. So I don't feel like it needed as much detail. But then if it didn't have that detail, then people would say, but wait, how did they get there? So I see why it's there, but it just lost me a little bit. So now they've just got to the ballet studio and they're going to have to kill James and save Bella, and I'm excited to see what we do with that from Edward's perspective. Okay, so I just got to page 705. I'm so close to the end. So I've just read the fight with James, Bella's like how they fix Bella up, and the whole thing of Edward draining the venom from her, and then out at the hospital and Renee's there. But my favourite thing, I was a little bit lost in the fight-ish stuff and like getting up to that. Then we don't really see anything of James being killed by Emmett and Jasper, just because like that's not on Edward's mind. Edward is just thinking about Bella. So I really liked Edward draining the venom from Bella's blood and like not knowing if he could stop and stuff. That was really good in this. But my favourite thing was they're in the hospital and Carlisle calls Charlie to explain what's going on and say that he'll look after her, and talking about Edward and Bella being together and how they're going to protect her. That brought like a slight tear to my eye. And then Renee shows up and her thoughts are really loud. So we've got Charlie's got really, really quiet, not quite formed thoughts for Edward to hear, and Renee's are like screaming. So that was interesting. I guess it's more information we don't have from reading Bella's perspective. And Renee is scared that Edward's playing her, and I loved that. That was just so like normal that I loved it. But yeah, I'm gonna sit. I think I'm gonna finish it now before I update you. I did it. It's done. Midnight Sun is over, and I feel the same level of loss right now as I did when I watched Breaking Dawn Part 2 for the first time. Like, it's over. I could cry just because it's like, no part of the story made me cry because obviously I've read it so many times, I've seen it so many times, like it wasn't any more emotional than before, but it's over. And Stephanie Meyer said she's not doing the rest of the books in Edward's perspective. So I am very, very emotional. But yeah, 5 stars, if that wasn't obvious. As I've said several times, just reading from Edward's perspective means we get everyone else's perspective, which is what made the book so much better. And yes, it's too long, but if you took anything out, it wouldn't be as good. So I just feel like, well done, Stephanie Meyer, for printing a book this big and not being like worried about how long it is. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, a lot of, maybe she should have written them the same size as the other books, but then that's so much good stuff that'd be missing. I've said all my review says is, in my opinion, worth the wait. But then I wasn't really as invested in Twilight when the first chapters were leaked of this. So I haven't waited as long as some people, but absolutely amazing. And I'm kind of glad I vlogged the experience of reading, even though there was nothing that interesting in this vlog because it was just me reading. So on that note, I won't bore you with any more. If you've watched this vlog, then thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.